Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. This is Me. On today's tutorial, I will show you how to make this alternate top. So this is the inspiration. It has gathers around the neckline and it is a high-low one. So this is the one I made, and the first one is the inspiration. So if you want to know how to achieve this, do not skip any part and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So for this tutorial, I used 3 yards of an Ankara fabric and I folded it into 2. So it's into 2 here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one end of the fabric this way. So pick one end and I'll be placing it together in a triangular fillet. So just watch what I'm doing. Fold your fabric into 2, pick one side, then fold it into a triangular fillet. This is what I have. So after arranging it, this is what I have. So I'll get where my shoulder fits in. So my shoulder is 7.5, but I added extra 1 inch there, making it 8.5 because I need that space. Then after that, I came down 9 inches for my chest line. So this is how we draft our normal basic body, just that I added extra inches to my shoulder. That's it. Now after that, I will take my neck width. So for the neck width, I used 4.5. Since we are going to gather it, I used 4.5. Then I came down 1 inch for my shoulder slope and I'll connect it to the neck width. Like I said, the neck width is 4.5. Remember, this is on fold. Now after that, I'll come down 1 inch for the back neckline. So here they took light, but the letter brought it. I came down 1 inch for the neckline and 3 inches for the back, for the front. So for the back, I used 1 inch for the depth. For the front, I used 3 inches. So I connected from the neck width to that measurement. Now on the chest line, divided my round bust by 4, then added my sewing allowance of 1 inch. And this is what I have. So I'll connect from the neck width to the armhole this way. So here you can make your armhole curve, but here I didn't add any armhole curve. So this is an alternate. So I just connected to my bust measurement this way and just it. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll just take it all the way down like this. So I just took it all the way down. Now the next thing is I'll be taking the length of the top. So this is the high-low. For the front, I made use of 18 inches for the front. It is a high-low, so the back is longer than the front. So I used 18 inches. If you don't want it high-low, you can make it the same length. Then for the back will be 4 inches longer than the front. So for the back, I used 4 inches. Now I'll connect from the side of the front to meet the 4 inches below the front piece. I just hope you guys understand. This is very simple. And this is what I have. So we are literally done. So I'm just going to extend this side out more. So after that, this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just for us to cut out, and that is all. So for cutting out, we first of all cut out the back piece. So we are cutting out from the length of the back piece first. So after cutting that out, you're going to cut out the neckline of the back piece. So guys, if you have watched up to this point and you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel and on your post notification so you get notified every single time I post a new video. So now I'm going to take out one piece. So that's one on the inside will be serving as my back piece. So I'm going to take it out. Now I'll fold it into 2 again this way. So this is for the front. I'm going to cut out the front neckline. Then I'm going to cut out the length. Remember, the front is shorter than the back. And this is what I have. So if I open it up, this is what it's going to look like. So you see what we have. Now we are going to pleat the front. So because this is wide, so we are going to pleat it. So I want it to be 8 inches. So we'll measure what we have here so that I will see how big it is. So we're going to measure around it. So I have about 16, so I'm going to pleat it to 8. So I'll pleat it to 8. So if I pleat, I'll measure to make sure I have my round neck of 8 inches. So for the back pieces, I'm going to equally do the same thing. So I'm going to pleat it to 4. But before I do that, we're going to be slitting the back, because so that our head can actually pass through, because we don't have any zip attached to this top. So I'll fold the back into 2 this way, and I'm going to slit it. So I didn't use any measurement for this, but I wanted it to be 4 inches. So I slitted and I measured, and luckily I had exactly 4 inches. So now I'm going to open it up this way. So we'll pleat this part up to 4 inches. So I'll do that for the both sides, and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. Now after pleating the front, this is what I have. So you see the gather. So for this part, you can make it a slash and spread, but for mine, I just increased the length and I gathered, and it still came out fine. So for the back pieces, I've equally did the same thing. So I have pleated as well. So this is what the back looks like. So now the next thing is for us to turn the armhole side. So remember that this top does not have an armhole. So what I did was, from my chest line, I came down 1.5 inches below my chest line so that it will not be tight on the armhole. So I notched that 1.5 inches below the chest line. So that's where my turning will stop. So but that's where my stitching will stop. So I'm going to use the bias to turn and stop at that place where I notched. Like I said, I came down 1.5 inches below my chest line and I notched it. So that's where my turning will stop. Now I'll do the same thing for the back. I've notched it. So now I'll be using a bias to turn the armhole. So I'll be stopping at the point where I notched. But before I do that, I'll turn the opening. Remember the part where we slashed open so that our head can pass through? I'll use my bias to turn that part. Then after that, I'll turn the armhole too. So I'll do all of that and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So this is what I mean. So we see where it stopped. That is 1.5 inch below my chest line. So that's where the turning stopped. So I've equally did the same thing for the back. I've turned the neckline. The slits we have at the neckline I've turned, and I've equally turned the armhole. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to place them together this way, and I'll go stitch with 1 inch. So you see that the sides are equally matching. So I'll go stitch with 1 inch, and I'll do the same for this other side. I'll place them together this way, right side facing each other, and I'll take it to the machine and I'll stitch with 1 inch. So I'll do that and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So after stitching it, so do you see what we have? So this is what I was trying to explain. So even if you added your armhole, it will still be the same. So the next thing is to cut out a band for the neckline. So remember, I used 8 inches for the front, then 4 inches for the back. So that is total of 16 inches. So the neckline is 16, but I wanted to tie loop rope at the back. So I made it a bit longer. So I folded the strap into 2 this way to get the center line. So I folded it into 2 to get the center line. So from the folded edge this way, I'll take my neck width, which is 16 inch, which is 8 inches. So it's on fold. If you open it, it will be 16 inches. So this is it. And the next thing I will do is to notch that center. So I folded the strap into 2 for my neck, my collar into 2. Then from the folded edge, I mark 8 inches. Then I will notch. So if I open it up this way, so we have 16 inches if you open it up. Now this 16 inches, I'll close the sides and stop at that notch part. I will equally close the side and stop at that notch part. So I'll do that and bring it back to show what I have. So this is it. I have closed it up and I've folded in 1/2 inch on both sides. So I ironed it down. Now remember, we have 16 inches. In between that 16 inches, find the center line. So I have notched the center of the 16 inches. Now for my top, I'm going to fold it into 2 and get the center. So remember, we have 16 inches. Now that 16 inches we have, get the middle of it, which is 8 inches. That is where you'll be placing this top. So the center of this notch will be making the center of our 16 inches. I hope you guys understand this. so that the two centers will meet each other. So this is the center I'm talking about. So place the center of the top on the center of your collar. So I'll be placing it on the center this way. So I'm going to turn it to the other side because this is not the right way. So I'll turn the collar this way so that it will be facing each other. So I'll place the center notch we have on the top to meet the center notch we have on the collar. Like I said, the 16 inches we mark, get the center of it, notch it, then place your top center to center and pin it down. So since you've ironed the half-inch in together, it will be easier for you to stitch on. So I'll place it this way, then cover it up. Then we'll take it to the machine. Then we are going to top stitch. Remember, we folded half an inch in, so I'll top stitch on it. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you. Now after top stitching, like this is what I was trying to explain. Now do you see what I have? Now the next thing is to put the back pieces in. So put it in this way. Place the armhole in like this. Then place the other part in this way. So guys, if there's any part you don't understand, please ask me your question on the comment section and I will respond. So I'll do the same for this other side. So I'll place it in. So use your pins, please. So after arranging it, I will take it to the machine and stitch it down and bring it for you. Now guys, after doing all of that, so this is how nice everything came out looking. So if you want your strap to be longer, you can make the length longer. So this is us coming to the end of this tutorial. So thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel and on your post notification so you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. And for the lower parts, you can either hem it or you're going to weave it, but for mine I'll be weaving mine. So thank you guys so much, and this is us coming to the end of this tutorial. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.